What's up, y'all? What's up? So, just more updates. What's going on with me? I am 47. I just turned 47 not too long ago. Ugh, there's so much to break down. Look, I just want to be fully honest with everyone here. I've been struggling with different things, but I've accomplished a lot of things. To give you a brief backstory, I wanted to, as a teenager and as a young adult, one of my biggest things that I've ever wanted was to get married and have kids. I don't know what that's rooted in. I wanted to be a father. I wanted to be a husband. I wanted a relationship. I honestly, I've never been in therapy, so I don't, maybe that's just something I'd have to go talk to a therapist and really find out what's the root of it all. All I know is in my teenage years, I would daydream about relationships and being in relationships and having a girlfriend and then eventually getting married and having kids. And I know some of you guys are like, oh my God, he sounds so stupid. But that's something I really wanted. I feel like my relationships were pretty successful. I had two-year relationships, a 6-month relationship, boom, met my wife. I've been with my wife for 24 years now. It'll be 20 years of marriage in May, and it'll be 25 years we've been together in December. Wow, that's a long time. We have an 18-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. I adore my babies. I just realized I'm gonna have to blur this out. So it's like passcodes. Someone will zoom in and get that. I have to take that off. Okay, I will make sure I blur that out in the video. So yeah, I have a beautiful daughter. I have a wonderful son. He's beautiful too, but he's handsome. He's so handsome. I would say the first half of my life, because let's just be real. I'm 47. I'm most likely past halfway. I'm heading downhill from now on. But the first half of my life, extremely successful with the relationships, with being a husband, with being a father, having relationships with my kids. Even though my daughter and I, it's definitely she's in college. She's in her own little bubble now, which happens. But I feel I poured a lot of energy into making sure my family relationships were good, that my kids love each other, they enjoy each other's company. My wife is Yvonne. She's my best friend. You're my best friend. Thick and thin. We have bad days, good days, but overall, I mean, all we do is laugh and we have so much fun together, and I love that about us. But now we're on the back half. I need to shift, and I've spent a couple weeks thinking about this. I'm in a very strange, weird predicament. I don't want to put my family to the side and be like, I don't need to focus on them anymore. That's not what this is. It might sound that way, but now I need to focus on me, and I really want to focus on my health and my personal growth, reading more books. I want to grow in so many different ways. And then financially, I've never really focused on my financial health. I started businesses. I had a photography business. I had a tattoo business. I was doing stuff. I've tried a .com business with friends when we were younger. I have failed so many times over the years, but I've always had this relationship to lean on and be like, I have my family. And I told myself I was going to get in the film industry, and I got in the film industry well over 20 years ago, and that has been my bread and butter. In the film industry, you have great years and then you have bad years. You have great months, you have bad months. You make a shit ton of money, you make no money. And you use the money you've made to carry you through the dark times, if you will. I've always just been comfortable financially. I was paying my bills. I had a happy wife, happy life, happy family. My wife has her job, and my wife is the rock in this relationship. She really is. She's been working at a hospital for 27 years. She's had different positions. She's moved her way up. Good for you, baby. I'm proud of you for that. But she's been the rock. She deserves more financially. And so I'm going to spend as much time as I can focusing on my financial health, my physical health, and my financial health. And that's why I bring this up. I've been doing stand-up for about 7 years now, and I love it. But we're going to take stand-up, and we'll keep working on it and keep writing jokes and stuff. But it has to be, it's here, but it's going to move to the side a little bit. I'm not putting it in the back seat. I'm not doing that. But we're going to move it over a little. That's what we're going to do, because we need to make room for some other things. If you know anything about the film industry, about a year and a half ago, the Writers Guild, Actors Guild, they both went on strike, kind of shut the film industry down for a big chunk of time. The shows I was on, all the work dried up. And then the tax credits dried up in the state of California, and all the shows were going outside of California. And so work just dried up. And then in the meantime, I injured my shoulder. Not only did I have back surgery almost 2 years ago, ago and had to recuperate from that. When I finally recuperated, I was put on work light duty, started working, strikes happened, no more work, and then I injured my shoulder, put me in physical therapy and put me out of work for several months. To come back to no one's working. I have friends that have moved out of state. I have friends that aren't working. The guys that I lean on for work aren't working, or at least not at the same capacity to be able to bring me on. To me, that's a tall sign of the world and God all telling me like, all right, time to shift directions, Chris. You are here. This is a pivotal moment in your life. Let's start thinking about things. Okay, relationships, good. Family, good. Now, time to refocus, recalibrate. So that's what we're gonna do. Started thinking about this. Well, I can't work full time. I'm Uber dad. So anyone who doesn't know, I drive my son around to all his different crazy stuff. I got to take him to school. I got to pick him up. I got to take him to robotics. Got to take him to play practice. Pick him up from play practice. Got to do all this stuff, running around. My wife can't do that because her schedule's chaos and she's always working. It's crazy. My mother-in-law, who we've leaned on in the past to drive, she can't do it either. One, she lives in Orange County. It's a long way to drive. Two, she's almost 80 years old and it's not safe for her to drive back and forth from Orange County, and it's not safe for my son to be in the car with her. Sorry, mom. Love you. True. So it's something I still got to do. So today I'm in a hurry up and get stuff done mode. So today I am working on updating my resume, which hasn't been touched since 2018. So what is that? Like 8 years since I touched my resume. So I got a lot to do on updating that. I'm in job search mode and I'm looking for remote jobs, data entry, social media marketing ads, creating. I can edit. I edit on Final Cut Pro. I've done a lot of video creation. So I'm trying to find anything I can so that I can get up early, work, then go get my son up, get him to school, get back. I can start working again. Then I got to go pick my son up around 3:30 in the afternoon, take him to play practice, all that stuff. I just need to be able to work remotely. This is my first attempt at doing that. I got to find hustle. And selling barbecue. Folks, I sell barbecue. If you want a brisket, hit me up. The next big goal for me, guys, I'm 47. In 3 years or within 3 years, I want to, and this is a bold goal, and I'm putting it out there on social media, putting it out there on YouTube, on everything. But this is for me, but I'm also saying it out there just to accountability. Follow along if you want. We are going to be doing a lot over the next few years. I want to buy my wife her Porsche. And I know a lot of you are probably rolling your eyes like, oh yeah, sure. I'm serious. She deserves it. She's worth every penny in my life. She's worth everything to me. Her dream car is a Porsche. She does so much for this family and she could probably go out and buy her own. I want to pay all cash and buy this woman a Porsche. That is one of my big goals. And the reason why I say this is I'm shifting. Like I said, my family, I'm not putting them in the back seat or anything, but my family is good. My wife, our relationship is good. Now I'm going to shift and put all my focus, razor sharp focused on my financial health, my physical health. And I keep saying that because I've let my physical health go over the last few years with my shoulders. I had 2 shoulder injuries. The recent one this last year. The year before I had the back surgery. 2 years before that I had another shoulder injury. But now I gotta get back. Physical health, get into peak fitness at this age, 47, 48, going into my 50s. I want to be peak health. I know how to get there. I just have to do it. Financial health, physical health. I have some financial goals. I have to figure out how to get there. I know this. This is where I have to go. Okay, I want to be here. Now I need to reverse engineer it. How do I get there? I have this amount of time to get there. How do I get there? And I need to make sure I make that happen. That's on me. That's not on you. That's not on my wife, on my kids, or anyone but myself. And so I'm putting this here on the internet. For me, personal accountability. For you guys, if you want to follow along. But we're going to be doing some fun stuff. And now I'm going to start opening up to you guys and sharing my personal feelings about things. How I feel. This is still comedy. This is still my life. This is my vlog. Sorry I took some time off, but I've been dealing with a lot of personal stuff over the last few years. But we're back. Sorry, I'm itchy. We're back. And I'm going to be putting it here and posting it for you guys. But this is the mission, baby. Let's go. And thank you for watching. Sub, like, all that crap if you want to do it. I don't really care. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. This will be my video vlog. This will be my therapy. I love you guys. Ciao.